Hi guys, this is Fearless 2023 Day 1 Highlights.
And sometimes we think of God as abusive because of doing that. We don't understand the issue was not eating an apple. The issue was rebellion. God does not take part with rebellion. He says for him, rebellion is as a sin of witchcraft. And the reason Jesus came was not to give me a good life. It was to end my rebellion.
Joshua was willing to, he didn't discard the whole of Israel, but he was willing to go with the two.
Yeah.
And those two came back with good reports, and they were able to move into the place. Sometimes when you want to start something like that, you have this few that can see what you're seeing. While not discarding the rest, you need to learn to start with them.
Everything that I am becoming in the ministry is because I'm following someone.
From Upmost teaching, I was able to really understand clearly what following should look like.
It is the multiplication of discipleship that will end up creating a church plant.
In the situation we are facing, there is nothing new. Shifts have been happening. But who do we turn to?
The only solution we have is following Jesus, because he has given us that blueprint and strategy on how we can answer to these needs.
There are people who easily found the time. Whereas last year you really struggled to make time for Fearless. This time, ChatGPT helped you produce your report 2 days earlier, and you've met all your targets for the month.
If an influencer has 1 million followers and you do a post with them, for example, 500,000 of their followers will see that post. And then 300,000 will interact with the content at a more granular level. And then maybe 50,000 will change behavior as a result. So the question is, does the church have influencers? Does the church have voices that can do the same thing and replicate and amplify some of these messages?
With the shift on COVID, we started seeing, and you spoke really well about it, David, in terms of like the rise of what we call ephemeral content, which is the content that disappears after 24 hours, yeah? TikTok blew up completely, yeah? Can you imagine if we were posting scripture?
What we've talked about here is, I guess, in a very worldly way of talking about it, is influencer marketing. That's what the world calls it. But what we are really talking about is, who are the people who are influential within the kingdom? Whether they are influential in the area of business, family, church, whatever sector they're in. Have we learned to say, these are our influencers? And somehow it's up to us to be able to amplify their voices so the kingdom agenda is heard at the end of the day.